I used to work 4.5 years on the second floor with the radiation biology department, and by 1992. So I came in Harvard School Public Health 1987. Some of you maybe
87.
still somewhere. So it's almost 40 years. And Dr. Motion Chai was one of the students of me when I returned to Taiwan to get a PhD. And actually, he also received an award of John B. Little when Jeff Little visited Taiwan. But I would like to, because Barry, thank you so much for this bring us occasion, particularly for me. This is, what do you say? Short, but it's like a beautiful song, And to understand the song, some of the very important song, even Mozart, take 250 years. Still, we are still learning what does that mean of the song. And I think your message is simple, clear, but it's like a song. And the song sometimes usually can comfort the suffering. That's very important. And I would like to show you in the coming few minutes some of the example. Maybe listening to the song and in the concert you feel everybody has different feeling. But when people are in different situation, is that the first one? Okay.
Yeah,
So-
or
okay.
let me double check.
Maybe this is another one. There are two fire. You can.
Okay.
Recently in Taiwan, we have a big debate on public health. Low dose CT. I think you learn of that. Low dose CT has been developed because faster, less expensive, short examination. If you go to CT for man, it takes longer. But for low dose CT is shorter, and people use that for screening lung cancer. Particularly for many countries, they have a high air pollution. There are two fire with a similar.
They're the same.
All right, okay, don't worry.
Okay.
We have a big debate. One group is based on their finding that BMJ, New England Journal of Medicine, they say that we are overused in Taiwan. We are overused low dose CT for lung screening. One of our vice president, he is a leading epidemiologist. He become a professor in epidemiology and become a vice president of a country. Once he told me he did low dose CT examination and they told him you have a lung nodule, okay? And luckily he was told to be first stage lung nodule, all right? But he didn't report. It was not shown in a newspaper, right? And he was lucky that he take it, when you have a stage 1 lung cancer, by endoscope you can take off that. But after that, it was done about 10 years ago. But now we find we have a very, very big debate. It's overdiagnosis. Many of the nodule, it's just opacity of the lung. And now many people in Taiwan, those taking the low dose CT and was told to have something suspicious of lung cancer, they undertake some lobectomy, etc. It's a big debate in Taiwan. Even with very sophisticated medical service, low dose CT, people pay it, but you find them, really, many of them didn't need to do that lobectomy. So, this is a simple example, and that caused a lot of controversy in the country. The reason I learned of the health literacy, we start from 2013. There was an occasion I would say, all right, I would like to do something. But one of the most important lessons I learned is from my mom. I started with 2013, and we run health literacy conference in Asia, different parts, Taiwan, Vietnam, Malaysia, Indonesia, Thailand. And on the way, and my mom was 89 years old, and she was diagnosed with colon cancer, right? And in that case, we sent her to the best hospital in Taiwan, National Taiwan University Hospital. They were proud of 100 years of medical achievement. I sent her there, and she started to complain. I said, we try to find the best doctor, all right? And you can tell the lady enjoy a lot of better care than in many others, right? and I visited her. She had a lot of complaints. She said that the nurse come to do IV here, there, and when they cannot find IV, they do this. None of them. She's the mother of professor in medical school. My mom, since she has 2 professors as her kids, and she was so proud of her life. She seems to know a lot, but then she was put in the hospital, the best hospital, most expensive one. And she started asking many, many questions about what we are doing for her. None of them has been appreciated by her. And finally, she said, no more, please don't take me home. I don't need that. I don't understand anything. I don't appreciate what you are doing. I don't know. You are professor of a big hospital, you are doing this. And finally she said, no more. Don't do that to me. Because I don't understand. So when we do something, they don't understand. It's a zero value. It's a negative. Okay? I even can tell another story. My brother, also a professor in National Taiwan University, and his wife passed away during COVID. She has leukemia, acute leukemia. Serving in the same university as a professor in the hospital, taking care of the recommendation very seriously. But my brother told me after several months, he said, I would never go back to that hospital. You're a professor in that university hospital. And to the end, he said, I would never go back to that hospital because they are doing like a guinea pig on my wife. She was asked to do CT, MRI, in and out continuously. I never appreciate anything they are doing that. They spend a lot of money. They have no idea. And they regret serving in that university hospital after 40 years. So this is 2 simple examples around us. If the patient, maybe family, if they do not understand the healthcare service, the professionalism, the sophisticated, we sometimes think we are doing a lot, we spend a lot of time to taking care, but they don't appreciate. So when they don't appreciate, the value is zero or negative. That's my personal experience. But anyway, there's a lot of experience about that. Let me show.
Do you know the title? Just so we can see. Is it the Tufts or the AI?
AI.
AI.
Yeah. So health literacy is very simple, right? Just 2 words. But thanks for you that you're leading this very important. Even people think they are so simple, but actually to practice is very, very complicated. I was the president of this, and in the past few years, I was helping many hospitals, university in Taiwan and Indonesia, Philippines set up their office. So we are trying to reach out to set up this, and there's a reason I will explain. If I can, maybe I can.
Unfortunately, it's on my laptop, so just point to me.
All right. Remember. No, this is not the one.
So when I open the